Hey Sarah, if you guys knew how many times I did that, you would unsubscribe, basically. Hey everyone, Sarah here. I am here to talk to you about something that I have always wanted to do this, and I never knew like what it would look like or what shape it would take. And I figured out a way that I want to do it. And I'm really nervous about doing this because at least I haven't seen it done. And I'm not saying it hasn't been, but I wanted to make an announcement. But before I tell you, my dream has always been, and let me back up. Feedback I've always got over like my personality is like that I was really I don't want to say organized, but it's organized, but I don't mean like the home edit or anything like that. That's not the type of organized, although I try to be a home edit. I mean, look at my books, but I would love to have a house like that. I just like reach a level of organization that my mind works in. So anywho, but the feedback that I always got was like how do you do that? Like how do you like always fix this, or you're always working on something and it's so cool and it's fun and you know, can you show me what you're doing? And people are always just interested. And it really speaks to kind of my word of the year and my intentions every month. And I just love doing it. It really has changed my life and my outlook on life, I would say. And to me, it just seems like, why doesn't everybody do this? So, well, maybe not everyone's like you, Sarah, which is okay. But the reason why I say, like, why doesn't everybody do this is because I just find so much value in it. And I didn't realize that I think so strangely. So I want to give you a little bit of a backstory as to why Plan the Grind happened. So I work in continuous improvement. You guys know that. And what that means is I build out like a program of projects and portfolios, and I make all these incremental changes and make things better for a company. So while I was doing that for companies, and I always had it like very organized, very structured, and like, this is what we're going to do, this is the deliverable, this is how it's going to be executed, and all that fun stuff, and really making their, you know, some of their vision come to life. It wasn't just me, it was a big whole group of people. And meanwhile, in my personal life, I am just like chaos, constantly running around, running here, running there, running there, running here, forgetting this, running this over there, getting cleats at the last minute, like getting cleats right before practice. So, and it was just like constant busyness. And then I was like, oh, well, that's hustle and that's grind and I'm doing it and I'm killing it. But I was just felt like I was surviving, like always just trying to get through the day and try to get tomorrow morning, all to do it over again. So anywho, so I started to think one day, and I started applying some of those strategies that I have heard that, you know, basically big companies use, where they take portfolios and projects and they make their business better by the end of the year. So I started to do something like that in my own personal life. And I started to realize that it was less about the chaos and the busy, and I was just more fulfilled. I was more excited about stuff, and it was just like, that became my life. So what I valued became my core life, and like it became less about work. Not that work's not important to me. I really like my job. I like the people I work with, and I like business. So anyhow, so I started to apply those tools into my everyday life and just felt more fulfilled and fun and happy, and like I was living more of what the life I wanted to live. So I keep looking not at the camera. So some of the initial projects like in my continuous improvement portfolio that I built for my own life. So it started including like budget, debt pay down, having cleats at the right time. I mean, soccer season happens every fall. This is not a surprise, Sarah. So, but anyway, that was always like the biggest challenge, that sport. So I started to really put a portfolio and a system and a structure around my life, and I would kind of call it, as like my continuous improvement project, if you will. And as I was doing that, more and more people were like, what are you doing? Why are you always working on something? Like, you're so weird. Oh, that sounds so interesting. Maybe they were just appeasing me. I don't know. But anyhow, but a lot of people started to get more involved and like, you should teach a class on that. And I'm like, well, thank you, but I think you're just being nice. So then I found the planning community. And I really, using a planner has definitely changed my life because it keeps me very focused and structured into what I want to do. And I'm not naturally like focused and structured. I'm all over the place. I have so many ideas. Like, I probably should have announced this earlier, but my ideas go all in my head and it's hard to organize them. And then I build out like all these like note cards and brain dumps and everything. But those tools make it so I can make it in a manageable way. So anyway, what is this announcement, Sarah? Get on with it. This announcement is, I'm so excited about this. And before I say anything, it could be a complete flop, but my intention for the month of November is grow. So this is definitely a growth opportunity for me. And if it fails, I still succeed because it's a growth opportunity. So I am setting up a Patreon. I know. And I'm excited about setting up this Patreon. And why am I choosing to do this Patreon? Well, I love YouTube. Nothing's going to change about my YouTube channel or my Etsy shop. Nothing is going to change. It's all going to be the same. I'm still going to put out my 2 videos a week. And we're still going to do plan with me's. And I'm still going to do spreads and all that kind of stuff. But the Patreon is 100% dedicated to like my continuous improvement project and my continuous improvement planner. So you'll still see in the monthly plan with me is the goals I'll be working on and all that stuff and the execution of it all. But the Patreon is going to give you direct access to my progress plans and how I'm breaking it down. And the reason why I'm choosing to do this is because those videos, I always felt a little constrained on what I'm sharing, and not what I'm sharing, but like how long is the video? And I was getting like anxious about it. So I figured if anyone wants to watch those videos, they'll become a Patreon and they're interested and they're helpful and they'll want to learn more and they'll be detailed. So I don't have to worry about making them too long because I always felt like they were too long. And then I'd break them up into different parts. And I feel like a lot of it was lost in that breaking it up. So the Patreon, we're going to focus on my continuous improvement project and your continuous improvement project. So I really hope you will do this with me. I think it would be so fun. So basically, we would build a community around and just being supportive of each other and making progress and give each other ideas and celebrate the small wins. And so every month I'll release a new theme, and you don't have to follow the themes. You can create your own themes if you want, but we'll focus on, in that theme, we'll talk about like ways to improve upon making progress towards your definition of that theme. And so it's very customized to you. You don't have to follow the order of the themes, and you can kind of jump in when you want, and it'll be great. The only first month, I am gonna say, you don't have to, but I strongly recommend doing the first month as your first month, no matter when you come into it over the year. But anyhow, so with that continuous improvement project for all of you, I'm gonna have my own separate planner journal thing, and you'll see me setting up progress plans, breakdowns using different tools, and depending on the tier of the Patreon that you choose. So let's get into the tiers. So the first tier is going to be $5 a month, and you'll get access to 5% off in my shop. Just look. So you'll basically get 5% off of everything in my shop. So I did not structure my cost of the products in a way that I can provide coupons and discounts. Like I don't know, I just didn't think of it, and I was always like, why are people like, this is what it is. And some of them I priced too low, and I mean, I need to make enough money to cover the cost of it at least. And then also a little bit of my time, because it is taking away from my continuous improvement project. No, Etsy and Plan the Grind is 100% fulfilling, and I love it all. But so tier 1 is just 5% off every of your order in my shop. So I'll give you like a coupon code every month, and that will kind of help help a little bit as much as I can, and it's going to make it so I can kind of be sustain doing it, because I can't do it if I'm not covering the cost of it. But that I thought would be a nice way for me to give a discount, because I just can't do it, because I don't want to charge more for my products on an everyday basis. So $5 is your first tier, you get 5% off. Tier 2, I actually slammed down tier 2 card. So tier 2 is, this one gets a little bit more into the CI, or continuous improvement project, if you will. So tier 2 is going to be $10 a month. You'll get the 5% off of my shop, everything in my shop, so your order. And then also we'll have one general forum Q&A every month. So that Q&A could look like, how would you break down this? Or how would you set up your planner to manage this? Or even Trello or any of the tech tools. Guys, I love technology. I do it for work. I can figure it out even if I don't know, but I know a lot about the tools out there. And I do integrate some of the tools in my everyday. So we can have a general Q&A. It'll be like an hour a month, a streaming thing, and you can ask questions, and it's like a discussion. And then also you'll have access to my progress, like my continuous improvement planner, and me setting it up. So you'll have access to that. All right, so tier 3, and I still have to name all these tiers. Tier 3 is like you're joining the continuous improvement project. So you are going to kind of do your own continuous improvement project. So you'll get the releases regarding what the theme is for the month. We'll have our own Q&A session just regarding the continuous improvement. You'll see details of me breaking down my continuous improvement planner. So the same thing as tier 2. You'll also get 2 additional videos. So one will be discussing the theme, and the second one will be the results of my continuous improvement project. And then I'm going to set up a Facebook group, and this is going to be access to the community. So this is really where we're going to start getting into the community aspect of it and supporting each other. And we're going to celebrate the small wins, and we're going to support each other, and we're going to make progress, and it will be great. And we can totally geek out over this stuff because we're a rare breed. Then what else? So 2 exclusive videos, a Q&A session regarding just the CI, the continuous improvement. You'll get access to the general Q&A session, Facebook group, and a 5% off everything in my shop. So I will be setting up a starter kit, and then when you join, I'll send you a link, and you can purchase the starter kit in my Etsy shop. And I'm not going to require it, because you don't have to use a planner for this. You can use just a journal, you can use a notebook, you could use Trello, you could use OneNote, you could use whatever you want to do it, whatever works for you. It's not about the tool, it's about using and finding a way that helps you maintain the discipline to keep making progress. And it's really about the community of success with each other. So I'll set that up, and I'll send you a link, and you can buy it if you're not. I am going to say it's a lot of A5 type stuff. And then throughout the month, there'll be whether we could do printables and downloads, that kind of stuff. So we'll definitely have things like that on a monthly basis. And I'm still working out some of those, but I think those will just all be adders at this point, all additional benefits. So that is it, everyone. I am so excited about this announcement, and it'll be launching and soon. I'll give you a date soon in the next video. So be on the lookout for that, and then shoot me any comments or questions in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye everyone.